I'm Adil Dalal. I'm the CEO of Pinnacle Process Solutions. I'm here in Phoenix, Arizona at the ASQ Lean Six Sigma Conference, and we'll be taking you through a journey on Keep It Simple, getting back to the basics of lean technology. This has been a wonderful experience, and most importantly, thanks to all of you for being here. And I want to thank the hosts of this conference for giving me this opportunity to bring this conference to a momentous climax and a close. Namaste. That's a word used when we greet people in India. I did not understand the deeper meaning of this word until I saw this.
Namaste, Jerome, means the divinity within me salutes the divinity within you. Y'all missed it. Namaste means the divinity within me salutes the divinity within you.
So I start this presentation with a namaste to all of you. Very important journey today. We have only 1 hour to cover that. We'll try to see how much we can cover. We want to review the fundamentals of lean. We want to ask some tough questions about the lean technology, see where we are, and also recalibrate our road. And then, hopefully, we will discover some new beginnings by the end of this presentation. So in a quest to find a deeper meaning, I want to ask you, how many of you know a deeper meaning of this symbol? This is a very important symbol. How many of you understand the deeper meaning of this? Let me show you. This symbol will define the time between your first breath and your last one. It will define every thought, every word, and every action you have ever taken. The dates out there are extremely significant to me because they belong to my dad. He passed away just 38 days ago in Mumbai, India. He was a very unique individual. People who knew him loved him a lot because of his simplicity and his childlike innocence. If we were ever at a party and the host would come around to say, "How is the food?" very innocently, he would complain about it. He'd say the rice has no salt, and another dish is very cold, and the entire family would be embarrassed. But to him, just like a child, he would just, be very brutally honest about things. He fell sick earlier this year, and he was rushed to the ICU, and I left for India. And when I went to the ICU, it was very difficult for me to see him on a ventilator with tubes and equipment all around him. So my sister and I, we were in the ICU, and my sister said, "Adil is here." And I told him hello, not expecting any reply because he was under strong anesthesia. I was shocked. He nodded his head and he opened his eyes for a split second. And I could see into those deep blue eyes for that 1 second. And although he passed away very soon after that, that simple act of his will stay with me for the rest of the life because that was the relationship we shared. We did not need words. So he left a legacy with me with that final action of his. Just lose my dad, I lost somebody very important too, very recently, which was 6 months ago. The ASQ family lost the past chair of our division, Wayne. Wayne was like a brother to me. He was also a very unique individual. If you did not know him, I think you missed something. I've written a small article in his memory, and I call him a self-deprecating comedian with a heart of gold. For 6 years, he battled cancer. And he never let us know. A lot of people did not know what he was going through. He would always be laughing, always be joking about being in rehab, and we didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He battled cancer for 6 years, and finally, he lost the war, but he went with a smile. So to me, these two people, the dash in their life has left a legacy. Has left a legacy of positive thoughts, positive words, and positive deeds. And I dedicate this presentation to both of them. Just like human beings, any process or technology also has a dash. Let's look at the history of that dash. Lean actually started with craft production, went into exchangeable parts, and then we had process shorting. We had Mr. Taylor working on different things, and Henry Ford was the key leader in Lean at that time. Jumping ahead, we had quality gurus, we had the Toyota gurus, the TPS system gurus, and we had Mr. Womack. And the journey continues. We know these people as the leaders of Lean. Let me ask you, he is not from manufacturing, but is he a Lean leader? How many of you know who Muhammad Yunus is? Give me a... He is a classic case of Lean. Muhammad Yunus won the Nobel Prize because he solved a problem in Bangladesh which nobody else could. The only solution for people who are striving in poverty was self-employment. And the problem was that the commercial institution and the loan sharks were actually pushing them deeper into the abyss of poverty by the high interest rates. All they needed was something like $1 to start the business, raising livestock, doing handicrafts, but they were fleecing them. The people were not only going hungry, they were dying. Yunus created a solution of microfinancing with low interest rates, giving them exactly what they needed with enough leeway so that they could be successful. By 2015, it's estimated that almost 100 million people will not only be out of poverty, but their lives will be saved. Why is he a Lean thinker? Because he looked at poverty from the point of view of the poor. He looked at it from the point of view of a customer. He removed the muda brilliantly by eliminating the commercial banks and the loan sharks. And he created value for the lives of the people. So to me, he is a true Lean thinker. Steve Jobs, is he a Lean thinker? Yes, he is, because who else is a bigger innovator today and simplifying things and innovating? Einstein. The simple equation and the classic equation of E is equal to mc squared has changed our world. He's revolutionized nuclear physics, fission, fusion, hydroelectricity. All our lives are better because of his simplicity. Created a very simple solution, and Einstein had a famous quote. He said, "Make things simple, but not simpler." As you can tell, I'm very passionate about Lean. I love Six Sigma too, but I'm passionate about Lean. It's a quote I had: every manager, executive, or government official needs to be aware that if they are not using Lean, they are truly throwing away the money. But just like we love our child, we want it to grow out to be to the full potential. When I look at Lean, I have a bit of sadness there. I don't think we're using and raising this child to its full potential. We're missing a big piece of it. So I'm going to ask some tough questions. Why are we not getting the full benefits of lean technology even after 100 years of lean? The history I showed you, why are we not getting the results? If you remember, the last decade we went through the economic tsunami. Do you agree? Washington was fat and green. Now, okay, it went through a shock. A lot of lean companies were also wiped out with the tsunami. Why are a significant amount of lean initiatives deemed to be to some level of failures? We heard many case studies. Even in the military, sustainment is an issue. Here is a quote from Vince, call it invincibility, from Vince Lombardi, the person who knew how to win. He said, winning is not a sometime thing, it's an all-time thing. You do not win once in a while. You don't do things right once in a while. You do it right every time. Winning is a habit, and so is losing. Which habit are we forming? So there is an antidote to this. There is a three-step process. We need to get back to the basics. We need to understand the essence, and we need to simplify. So here is the universal truth. Here is when you simplify it to the root cause, complexity and chaos are two sides of the same coin. So are simplicity and sophistication. Colin Powell says, great leaders are always great simplifiers. They cut through any argument, any doubt, and they give you a solution which anyone can understand. So when we look at our lean world, when you see this, what do you see? Do you see productivity? Do you see efficiency? Or you see chaos? When you see a spaghetti chart, when you see a value stream map, which is utterly complex, chaos is the only result from that. Whereas when you have a system like this, you know it's going to be productive and efficient. So here is a quote I wrote in 2009. I think it's a little short, correct? Does it cover everything? I think I may have to add a few slides to this quote. A French philosopher, Pascal, he wrote a long letter to one of his colleagues, and he said, at the PS, I apologize for writing this long letter. I did not have time to write a shorter one. Okay? So between 2009 and now, I found some time, so I've come up with a new definition. Lean is nothing but the science of simplicity. Boiling things down to the essence. That's all it is. Common sense, which is so uncommon right now. In this complex world, we always look for complex solutions, and sometimes the solution is right in front of our eyes.